middle game as well. So 2 exciting games to definitely look forward to. Weymouth Wales will be hoping to continue their fine vein of form in the past couple of seasons. So they're definitely wouldn't be looking to let up. They'll definitely be looking to continue their hot streak and be back to winning ways this evening. So a couple of really good ones to look forward to, Trev.
Well, for sure, we've restarted. There's Rashawn Braffett down the left-hand side, but he tickles it down that left a bit too hard, and the possession is with Compton. They're trailing. It is Ellerton FC 3, Compton 1. Flurry of goals coming in the second half from Ellerton. Ball all the way back to Holder. The former national clears to the right-hand side as Ellerton look to come out of their defence. They're protecting the 2-goal cushion, Marley. And you would expect it's all over Bardi shouting for the Compton lads. They had a chance at it when it was 1 goal apiece. But as soon as Ellerton put their foot on the gas, then Compton were blown out of the water and are in this position right now. They've taken possession of it here as the possession rate goes 55 to 45 in the favour of the gents in yellow. That's Ellerton. Ball played down the right. And it's a good one. Down this right it goes. There's a chance here for Wade. Square ball into the box. Chance out for Porsey. Fails to connect. Cuts back on his right foot again. Tries to dribble. Instead of getting the ball across the 18. Clearance is made in under the second time of asking. But Compton remain in possession, only to be robbed of it by Rashawn Braffett. Braffett, if his discipline remains, he could be into the national squad. Ball across the 18-yard box. This is Ellerton. Out comes keeper over Tucker. And referee Goddard points to the spot, it looks like from here. Good skills from the Ellerton attacker. Tucker drawn into that false sense of security and takes the player down, gets a yellow card as well on the 98th minute. Ellerton are in the ascendancy, Marley, and they look to bury Waterford Compton if they can get this next goal.
Yeah, brilliant play from Ellerton on the counter-attack. It was quick, it was incisive. Good win from Clark in the midfield. Took the right choice to play his pass to the right. A good quick one-time ball from Braffett to release the attacker. Good bit of skill. Tucker took the bait. Penalty to Ellerton.
Here we go. This is Rashawn Braffett to get his own this evening. Saved by Tucker. Made amends. But for sure, Braffett, for some reason, went right down the middle, Marley, and allowed Tucker to get his foot on it. So high drama here in the very first game since we've installed the lighting and, of course, the seating as well. But it all argues well that the next 2 games will look to have some fireworks in it. And we'll look to have some fun here as well this evening.
Yeah, it wasn't the best of penalties from Braffett, but kudos to Tucker. Stayed nice and big for as long as possible. Dived but managed to read it in the end, and good save from him.
So there it is, folks. 99 minutes of action, end-to-end action. Ellerton putting their noses in front and coming away with the victory in the very first encounter at the BFA AstroTurf since the installation of the lights and the bleachers. Classified result then. Crane and Equipment Limited, Ellerton 3, Waterford Compton 1, and here's Martin Paris.
Trevor, at 1-0, you didn't think that this would have been the final score. Imagine you've got some injuries, some equipment failure, either that or some rather powerful shots causing the nets to be smashed. You would have loved them to be on the inside of the frame as opposed to the side netting doing the damage there. But entertaining opening encounter for the christening on this Easter Sunday of the refurbished and improved facility here at the Wildy AstroTurf. And you're watching the BFA Sunday Night Football live from the Wildy AstroTurf here on Trident 10.
So as we prepare for the second matchup, the one between the BDS Sports Program And UWI Blackbirds, the two teams warmed up and just about getting ready to make their way onto the field of play. The BDF Sports Program, first in zone number 2, and UWI Blackbirds fourth in zone number 2 as well. So UWI Blackbirds have a lot of work to do to make their way to the top of this zone. The BDF just need to do more of the same, which is win their matches. They've won their first 2 matches of the season already that were played at the Bank Hall facility, Empire Club, that would be Pavilion Road Bank Hall, and they're here this evening now to represent again.
Well, once again, you're watching the BFA Sunday Night Football Premier League show here on Trident 10. We'll be back after these messages.
Easy Pay Hardware, taking care of all your household needs, if you please. #1 hardware store around. Easy Pay, we have something for everyone. Easy Pay, building or maintenance, we can help. We are open every day, so it makes good sense to visit Easy Pay Hardware, taking care of all your household needs, if you please. Where you going? Easy Pay Hardware. Sneakerheads, that is the place to be. If you like enough sneakers, then you better follow me. Sneakerheads, for you and me. Mall 54 in the middle of down Broad Street. Name and name brand shoes. Sneakerheads, them got it. Prices like the sizes for everybody pocket. Open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Promptly at around 8:30. Call 537-SHOE. That is 537-7463. Sneakerheads, that is the place to be. If you like enough sneakers, then you better follow me. Sneakerheads, for you and me. Mall 54 in the middle of down Broad Street. Sneakerheads.
Barbados Football Association's headquarters here in Wildy. We're standing by to bring you the second of the triple header in the BFA Sunday Night Football Premier League show. Yours truly, Martin Paris, here as we watch the match commissioner of sort guiding the troops onto the field of play. The 4 officials for the match in their referees' outfits. I don't want to call it burnt ochre or orange, but that's the kind of color that it looks like to me. Against the 2 opponents for this second encounter, in the yellow with a bit of black diagonally in it, with the yellow shorts and black socks, is the University of the West Indies Blackbirds. And in the all black so far, because I suspect that they are the warm-up tops, that's the look at the UE Blackbirds lineup as they go to do the traditional fair play greeting. Looks like referee Gillian Martindale is either going to be carrying the game or she's going to be the 4th official. I can see through the tops of the the BDF players that they're likely to be in their neon green tops after they shed the black warm-up tops. There you go, 1 zip on down, and that's it. Neon green for the BDF sports program squad, and captain number 45 for the UE Blackbirds, Mario Hart, is there for the toss, done by referee Gillian Martindale. And for the first time for this season, we're going to have a brand new spanking pair at a brand new spanking facility to take you through the live coverage for this game between the UE Blackbirds and the BDF sports program as we see them there on screen in their neon green with black. It will be Nicholas Maitland, and joining him would be Anmar Goodridge Boyce. Nicholas?
Hey, blessed good evening, and thank you for your pleasant introduction. We are here to call for you the BDF sports program versus the UE Blackbirds. My name is Nicholas Maitland. I'm joined by my good friend Anmar Goodridge Boyce. Good evening, Anmar.
Good evening, Nick.
And I am expecting a fiery contest. In the past, we have been treated to some goal-filled contest between these two rivals, arch nemesis, these two teams. Usually the results would go the BDF's way, but I think that the UE team coming into this game on the back of 2 draws will hope to draw first blood in this encounter and get their first 3 points of the season.
Most definitely, Nick. UE will be looking to pick up their first 3 points here versus the BDF Sports Program in the green shirts and the black bottoms. That's referee Gillian Martindale's whistle signals the start of the first half.
And as such, you would expect the BDF team to keep the ball with careful precision. The soldiers, as they are affectionately called, Ronaldo Bailey, marshalling that back line. He had a fantastic game against Bermuda a week ago. And as such, I would expect Ronaldo Bailey to be one of the stand-up performers for the BDF, and especially in the defense. But we see a lot of familiar faces on the pitch for the university team, and a star-filled encounter under the lights here at Wildy for the first time. This is the first time I'm seeing these lights in action, and I must say the vision I'm getting is very resplendent, and this is perfect for the home of football in Barbados.
Just about 50 seconds on the clock. BDF Sports Program 0, UE Blackbirds 0. Early seconds of the game, first minute actually.
Early cross, but no takers, and Corey Barrow should clear it. He was the losing coach yesterday in the under 11s Tier 1 final. He's the coach of Pro Shotters, but they were beaten 1-0 by Pinelands. Congrats to the Pinelands under 11 team, and hopefully he will want to make amends on behalf of his youngsters with a win for the university over BDF. Long ball play forward. Mustafa Haq deals with the danger. High hopeful clearance.
So UE Blackbirds bringing in the young Liam Bradford into the team, the young keeper. Your thoughts about that, Nick?
I wonder if it was an April Fool's joke. We saw Bentley Springer as the starting goalkeeper, and now coming onto the field we see young Liam Brathwaite, who is starting in the goal bars for UE. So I wonder if it was a April Fool's joke by the management of the University of the West Indies team, but hopefully their gamble or lack thereof pays off. And I mean, his job would be this evening to keep a clean sheet, of course, and aid in a possible victory for the university team. There's Raheem Sargent on the ball, plays forward on the left, but the ball is a bit too much for his teammate, and it's a throw out into touch for a throw in for the university team.
Just want to say good night to all of our viewers on Trident 10 TV. This is live coverage of the Barbados Football Association's Premier League football Sunday night. Ball out to touch, and it looks like the UE will have the goal kick.
Young Liam Brathwaite will get one of his first touches of the football. I see Mustafa Haq having to deal with a lot of danger down the left-hand side. Usually the left-hand side is the dangerous side for the BDF team. I don't see Rashad Jules, one of the main proponents of the left-wing fury for the BDF team. UE win the ball in midfield. A hopeful dink over the top to the left-hand side, well controlled. Looks to conjure up some magic, but the shot is blocked. And BDF can try to regroup, but not yet. BDF look to motor through the midfield again, looking for the slide rule pass, hopefully. Taking on his man on the right hand side, cuts inside on the left foot, shapes to shoot. Ball rebounds to Hill in the midfield. Hill looking to the opposite wing, but doesn't get his pass completed. Still in the midfield, rushed by Romario Watson.
Bit of a cagey start, Nick. Neither of the teams wanted to make any unforced errors.
And as I said again, Haq seeing a lot of the action on that right back spot. And as I said, UE coming into this game on the back of 2 draws against Compton and Pori Spring. And they will be a bit nervous and a bit cautious of the power of the BDF team. I mean, they make up the spine of the national team. and as such you would expect that they will have quality players out there, and they would be wary of that. And as I said, in previous encounters, BDF usually get the upper hand on UE, and Coach Messiah will see this certainly as a stern test for UE. But so far, 4.5 minutes gone, and as you said, it's a very cagey start, but UE look to come again. BDF try to clear their lanes.
Speaking of quality players, Nick, we see the likes of Corey Santabaro playing a deeper role this evening.
Accustomed to being a mercurial winger, but he's capable of playing anywhere behind the striker, in the number 10 role or on either flank. Here he is again, nice turn.
Looks for a pass. He can find
Mario Watson, MVP for St. George South in the recently concluded David Thompson Memorial Constituency Football Classic, Constituency Council Football Classic. Long ball played over to the left. I see the tactic from UE early on is to play that out ball to the left wing, because BDF are attacking on their right side, so to get the ball switched quickly, they're moving it to the left, but no real success over there yet. Here's Watson on the right, through his legs, we call that nutmeg, over to the back post, and Mario Hart losing his footing and can only muster a corner kick. And you would expect when chances like that fall to guys like Mario Hart, you expect them to ripple the back of the net, hopefully not to bring down the goal bar net, but you expect those kind of chances to ripple the goal bar net. And on that occasion, Mario Hart kind of let us down on himself, but he's mustered a corner, and we have to see now what UE can conjure up here. It's a high one into the box, Santabaro under it, the header, but BDF deal with it pretty comfortably.
Well, it was a brilliant piece of skill, individual skill there by Romario Watson. The nutmeg through the player's leg, put in the cross, but then Hart not being able to find his footing.
Trying to switch there, BDF, but the ball goes right out on the other end. We can hear Coach Messiah lamenting his team's performance so far, their physical performance at least, asking them to put a little more in. You know, the BDF team will come in a little bit more confident than they would, and I think their performance needs to, UE's performance I should say, needs to reflect a team who is out here to prove a point rather than just to make up the numbers on the pitch. I think this is Shamari Mark pouring forward, plays the ball to the left.
You can find the ball comes in the box, player still has it.
Not the best touch, but the player was fighting. The cross comes in to the back post.
Oh.
And it was an opportunity again for UE at the back post, this time on the other side. That is Romario Watson.
Chance goes a begging Nicholas. A brilliant cross into the box. The header not quite on target. Never troubling the custodian, Kishmar Primus. But a good opportunity. First real chance. Still 0-0 here.
That is why as a forward you need to continuously wipe the sweat off your forehead, because sometimes the ball can slip off your forehead and go the wrong way. Maybe his forehead was a bit too sweaty there, but the ball spun the wrong way and it would have beat goalkeeper Kishmar Primus. He was rooted to the spot, but as a result we are still 0-0. Raheem Sargent switches the ball over to the right. I know BDF can get some headway through
little
the
ricochet
game,
there,
but nothing doing still. Both teams cancelling each other out up to this point. But UE, 2 clear-cut chances so far in these opening 8.5 minutes. And of course, it would be a much different game if those 2 goals, if those 2 chances had been buried. BDF now moving to the midfield, looking for the slide rule pass. BDF get possession again. Evades his man, Santabaro. Came in a little too quickly there. Easily evaded.
that was Akeem Hill in the midfield doing some excellent work. The ball goes out to touch, and the ball, referee Gillian Martindale says the ball will remain with the BDF Sports program.
That is a strong challenge, but BDF come up with possession again. The left foot shot is
easy for Braffett to handle. Comes and collects. And he can distribute. No, he finds Barrow Barrow looks for a pass, and he goes to the right flank, but the referee sees some sort of infringement, and she calls back the play.
Foul committed on Jamario Worrell. I know we can get some
Bodies
distance
forward.
up the pitch. I must comment on the transformation of Akeem Hill, though. I'm still not sure what is his favorite position. Mario Watson with the cross, and again BDF deal with it. 2 crosses early on, proving very difficult for the BDF to deal with. Luckily those chances have not gone in, but I think now they will be wary of the threat on the wings via the mercurial Mario Watson.
Yeah, so we've definitely seen the UE tactic. You know, they will try to play the ball through the midfield and then slip in Watson on the flanks. Seems to be effective so far. We've seen him put in a couple of crosses. But here comes the BDF Sports program down the left flank.
Yeah,
Ball
clearly
goes into touch.
favouring the left so far in these opening exchanges. I don't really see the BDF looking to utilize the other flank or even through the midfield, just looking to go where the space is. And that is usually their tactic, because they fame themselves as a very physical unit, and they're able to move into space and manipulate space as well. So that seems to be their tactic so far, and you'll be trying the same thing as well. That's probably why both teams are cancelling each other out. But for now, just the opening exchange, I think both teams know each other well, and both sets of players know each other well and will know the ability of each other. Ball dinked over the top, but his striker cannot connect with it. Cleared away again by Mustafa Haq, and a foul claiming is the call by the referee, and UE can catch their breath for a minute as Haq will look to deliver this one long, and indeed he does, and cannot connect to Captain Mario Hart. Watson plays in the midfield. Santa Barrow looking for Hart again. Pass intercepted. UE can go again, hooked around the corner to Mario Hart, who tries it first time, and his technique was pretty good on that occasion, but he didn't really get the direction or the power. But the technique, watching the ball all the way down to his foot, was very good. And Mario Hart is growing into the game after scuffing his lines for that first chance at the back post. He's just checking his technique there, making sure his touch was okay, and the pass is intercepted again.
So that's three chances for UE, all on target. But still haven't seen the back of the net just as yet. The ball comes in, the foul committed, and
Tito Beckles is very effervescent, for lack of a better word. He always goes in very full-blooded into his challenges, and you know, we like that about our defenders, you know, not shying away, but sometimes it may be to your team's detriment. And as Raheem Sargent eyes this one up, everyone has left it. Shaquille Boyce and others have left it for him. One of the most experienced players in this BDF side, and certainly one of the most consistent over the years.
so just about 13 minutes on the clock. BDF Sports program versus UE Blackbirds. Sargent with the free kick, hits the wall and goes out of play. And we're going to have the game's first corner.
Definitely BDF's first corner. I think Mario Hart won one on the other end of the pitch. But looking for an expert delivery now from Raheem Sargent. I think the free kick was on target as well, just that the wall deflected it, short corner. Looking for the first time shot, was sliced off the boot. But possession is still belonging to BDF. Turns 2 men, anticipating the cross from the right across the floor, and cleared away, I think, for a throw-in. BDF now looking to build some pressure on the UE team. Ronaldo Bailey with the throw-in. And the centre-back crosses the ball, and the header comes in, but didn't get on top of the ball. And that chance goes a-begging. And now UE, as I said, now get a bit of a chance to breathe under a bit of pressure. But pressure, although it bursts pipes, it also produces diamonds. And I think we're looking at a diamond in the rough here in Liam Brathwaite with the goal kick.
Ball goes along in the midfield, brilliantly defended. Good header. boys looking to control, dispossess. Ball out to the left flank. That's Santa Barrow can't seem to control the ball. Ball goes out of touch, and the sports program, they're going to have a throw-in. And Barrow being able to recover, get his body behind the ball, and stop the BDF from getting into the danger zone. Ball comes in. Snap shot. Snap header there. Another chance, Nick.
I was telling you about the pressure that BDF are mounting on the UE team. UE team can't even get out properly. Even here, they've lost the ball again to the BDF unit, but that slide rule pass goes straight into the possession of the UE goalkeeper. But UE, I think they need to hold on to the ball a little longer, trying to play that out ball to the left all the time, but keep turning over possession to the BDF team, and as a result, the pressure continues. But here we go again. Primus plays to his fullback, looking for a pass. Long ball down the field, down the right channel. Strikers connecting, but he's cleared that one out of the facility. And luckily we have a ball replaced.
Interestingly enough, Nick, we've seen a number of shots at goal, a number of shots on target, a number of shots off target. No team finding the back of the net just as yet. Just about quarter of an hour gone in this, the second encounter of a triple header here at the BFA's Wildy headquarters. The earlier kickoff match, we've seen Ellerton defeated Waterford Compton 3-1.
Here's Mustafa Hat again as he looks to play forward. Now you'll be looking to keep the ball a little better than they have been. Ball played through the midfield, looking for Santa Barrow. Santa Barrow looking for the forward pass to Jamario Worrell. Strong tackle, as we are accustomed to seeing from BDF. Here is Mario Hart, former BDF captain, is fouled. And that is a free kick. Referee Gillian Martindale right on top of things. She awards the free kick. Mario Hart wearing number 45. I'm accustomed to seeing strikers wearing number 9, but he's wearing a very large multiple of 9. I don't know if that he means he wants to multiply his goal tally, but it's very strange to see guys in 32 and 42 and 45. You would think his squad is that huge. But nevertheless, players probably have chosen their own numbers. Ball touched to Santa Barrow, driving it across the ground. And
another shot on target there. Corey Santa Barrow, never troubling the keeper. Primacy saw it all the way to his gloves.
The pop shot is saved by Pop Pop, as he's affectionately known. Kishmar Primus, he had it all the way.
Interestingly enough, you spoke about the players, the numbers on the back of the UE players. Just moments ago, I was talking to the manager, Miss Gabrielle Lopez, also the women's female captain. And it seems that we have a penalty here. BDF Sports Program. Some decent play down the left-hand side. Oh, the player brought down in the box. And referee Gillian Martindale says, yup, it's a penalty. And the sports program with the opportunity to make the score 1-0 here. Nick, what is your thoughts on the penalty?
We've been saying all game long that left side, Mustafa Haq has been having a torrid game so far. I bet he's probably the most tired of all the UB players, all the defending and clearing he's had to do. And just one time too many, and he's shoulder bars his man down to the floor. Referee Gillian Martindale promptly pointing to the spot. And now the young Liam Brathwaite has the opportunity to cement himself as a star here if he can come out trumps against the experienced Raheem Sargent, who steps up now to take this penalty.
So Sargent steps up and it's saved by Brathwaite. Brilliant save by the young player there, the young keeper. Stepping up and saving his team. 0-0 still the score. Saving it with his left boot.
On Easter, we celebrate the rising of the sun, and definitely we see the rising of a star here, Liam Brathwaite. I said he could be the man for his team, make the difference, and he certainly has the experienced Raheem Sargent. I've seen him step up to take so many penalties for the BDF Sports Program. The young Liam Brathwaite sticking out a left leg, a la David De Gea, if I can say that, and saving the penalty superbly. And Yui again repel the advances of BDF. The shot comes in, cleared away again. Yui still under pressure despite the penalty save. Flick inside, the ball staying in the air, a lot of pinball action. But the ball now is in the grateful grasp of Liam Brathwaite, who definitely must be feeling an increasing confidence after that superb save.
I must say, Sargent never looked comfortable stepping up, taking the penalty, and as a result, the young Brathwaite saved the day for the Blackbirds.
UE players getting a bit tangled up and confused. Sargent trying to, I think he's trying to buy that free kick, and he's definitely won it. The referee judges that there had been illegal contact, and as such, UE now go down the other end of the field to get a free kick, and I think Corey Santabaro will be looking to take another strike on goal.
That's the second foul committed by Shane Codrington down this right-hand side. And the UE Blackbirds team, they'll be thinking that they can exploit the right-hand side. It seems like Codrington may be the weak link. But the Blackbirds have a free kick. 20 minutes on the clock. 0-0 here at the BDF versus UE.
Alvin Chapman with the wonderful left foot, tries to chip that one in. A little tangle up in the box, but I think BDF will get their lines cleared. Alvin Chapman, I think he scored over 10 penalties. Sorry, I should say he scored over 10 goals for Belfield last season. The majority of which were penalties, but it just means he has an unerring accuracy.
That's Rashad Smith there, sniffing out the danger. I think he heard a call from his keeper, but still he came to the rescue. And the Blackbirds are there. They're going to have a corner here. A decent crowd here. The return of the Premier League to its home. The headquarters here, the BFA.
Flat corner drilled in. We get the ball on the opposite side of the box here. Santabaro tries to chip that one with the left foot, cleared away again. And all the attacks being repelled. Santabaro will get the ball wide on the left. As I said, Santabaro can play all across the front, as we saw him early on the right. Now we see him popping up on the left, looking to use his right foot to face the field and do some damage. Looking for the header, but I think BDF will clear the ball comfortably again. BDF now looking for the wide ball over to the right now. Looking to shake his man. It does not. But it's a throw-in to BDF as they gain some ground. Here they come again. Ball into the box. Man is unmarked. Controls well. Man in support now. The shot comes in by Hill. And side-footed effort just wide. But Raheem Sargent was totally unmarked when that long pass met his foot in the 6-yard area. And I think a little more finesse from Akeem Hill. And BDF could have taken the lead, but you will need to, on that right side, Mustafa Haq and whoever's the right winger in front of him. But now we switch to UE on the attack. Here's Mario Hart taking on the last man, the left-footed cross, just behind Jamario Worrell.
Brilliant there by Ronaldo Bailey, having to come back and help his defense.
So far we're seeing end-to-end stuff. Or beautiful roulette in the midfield. I think he's fouled his man, but the referee judges play on.
Turn and ball stopped in his tracks, and UE, they have numbers up the field. Oh, buys that one. Referee Martindale. We are seeing the first yellow card of this encounter goes to number 23, Akeem Hill, of the BDF Sports Program.
He's another one who's been doing a lot of work so far in this first half. This first almost 25 minutes gone. He's gone forward, he's played back, and now he's conceded a free kick for his teammates, Corey Santabaro. I think from here, I don't know if I would be ahead of myself saying this, but I think this is the range that Corey Barrow will try to go for goal himself rather than place one on a platter for one of his teammates. Not saying he's a selfish player, but he has the ability to score from here. He does dink it in for his teammate. Everyone goes up for the header, but no one connects. And here's Chapman looking for the cross and charge down, and it will be a throw-in for UE on the other side, on this right side.
You just seen the confirmation. Akeem Hill, the player from the BDF Sports program, booked for the challenge on the UE player. So UE still with the ball here. 25 minutes on the clock. And this the second encounter of a triple header here, the BDF versus UE Blackbirds.
BDF clear their lines only as far as Shamari Mark. The shot from Mustafa Hack, whose right boot has been utilized more for defensive duties than attacking. His shot is dragged wide. And now we restart with a goal kick from Kishmar Primus, who's seen a bit of action but pretty comfortable so far. The stand-up goalkeeper, that's sure we'll all agree, has been young Liam Brathwaite. And here's hoping that he can continue his fine game so far. I hope I haven't given him the commentator's curse, but here's hoping that he continues his fine game. Ball through the middle. The clearance is missed. Ball skied now, and the header comes in. We need to get the ball on the ground, and they do. Looking for a slide rule pass, but not enough on it, and Ronaldo Bailey with an easy interception and a releasing pass over to the right. But a player is in a bit of discomfort as he takes a seat on the pitch. Tito Beckles. Not sure the extent of the injury, but he is, as I said, a very, very strong defender, very courageous, and I'm sure he will not want to go off for any reason. So if he's down on the pitch, it has to be a very good reason. And here's hoping that
looks like a head injury from here, seeing the
or something in his eye.
The Blackbirds met it on the field, and the referee Martindale signaling to the player.
Also represented Barbados in beach soccer, Tito Beckles.
That's correct.
Pretty accomplished football guy. He's also a coach. So he is one of the main stalwarts in his UE team, and one of the leaders, definitely, along with Hart and probably Hack. Hack has spent a lot of years at Britain's Hill. Those guys would be the leaders on the pitch and off the pitch for this UE team as they look to restart the play after that stoppage. Still 0-0, 27 minutes on the clock.
A decent crowd here.
The crowd is filling in pretty steadily. And but of course, if you can't make it today, we thank you for joining us here on Train at 10. Here's the pass, slide rule pass down the left channel, and tries to give his defender twisted blood. The defender comes out pretty admirably, conceding the corner, and Raheem Sargent will have another chance to deliver a telling set piece in order to give BDF an advantage in this game, which they would believe they would have merited up to this point had it been not for the penalty save from the same Sargent. And the corner comes in. It's pretty good to the back post, headed away by the UE defense. The first time shot. And I'm sure the player was in an offside position, but it doesn't matter because Brathwaite
distributes to Barrow.
Very well. It's Barrow now. To the midfield here is Watson.
Looking for the true ball. Shane Codrington does well there. And the captain, Mario Hart, puts in the cross. Barrow seems to have lost his footing, giving the BDF defender Ronaldo Bailey some time to get back and deal with what looked like a dangerous ball over the top. So UE, they'll have a corner for themselves now. So just about 29 minutes played here. UE 0, BDF Sports Program 0. Corner comes in, a flighted one. And UE can start the play over.
Santa
Barrow on the
Barrow
right side.
right.
Puts in the cross and chested away. Cleared by the BDF, and Braffett comes out of the bar and does well on this left side. But play resumes, and the keeper is out of the bar. Brilliantly defended. Sliding tackle coming in. He had to get that one right, Nick.
I think BDF took a bit too long on that play just now. After goalkeeper Brathwaite was stranded in no man's land, I think they should have restarted the play as quickly as the ball boys gave them the ball and taken a shot on goal. Here's the cross, high hopeful cross, defended at the back post. BDF coming across, and it's I think it's a wasted effort. I'm not sure if it was a cross, attempted cross, or a shot, but it yields nothing for the team, and UE can once again reset and try to go up the other end and carve out something for themselves. But they haven't been, after those early chances for Hart and Watson, haven't been very clinical up top, haven't produced much, whereas the BDF sports program continually causing a threat to their back line. But the only thing that matters is the scoreline, and it's currently 0-0, so still all to play for. Here's Hill on this near side, plays the pass in between two men, and here's Mustafa Hack, who's defended admirably, I must say, apart from the conceding the penalty. He's defended well.
Credit must be given to the defenders for both teams, being able to keep the attackers at bay. A little bit isolated at the top, thanks to the defense. Done very well here, Nick. Keeping the score 0-0. Flick on
by Santa Barrow, and a wild clearance.
Seems to have a player down.
Could be a head injury, and it is, as the
looks like Ronaldo Bailey,
signaled,
the national centre back. He seems to have picked up a head injury. Hope it's nothing too serious. Bailey, he looks like he's in some immense pain down there on the turf. And the medic on the field, and referee Gillian Martindale, she comes over and checks. And we've seen the medic is also looking at the UE player. That's Captain Mario Hart. And he's also, looks like he'll receive some treatment. No. And another stoppage in this one, Nick.
Well, gives both teams some chance to catch their breath. It's been a pretty frantic first half, end-to-end stuff, and gives both teams the chance to reset, regroup. Bailey can go and get a breather as well. He's seen a lot of action in this first half. 32 minutes gone now. We haven't seen much to trouble both goalkeepers, but as is customary, these games between these two are very tight, and it will just take one goal to open it up and give us what we are all expecting from these two teams. Here's Hill.
The sports program, they'll be playing with 10 men for the meantime. Looking to counter, no way through. Easily defended, and the BDS sports program, they can attack on the left side. Cross comes in. Never troubling. At the back post, shot comes in. Blocked by the defender. Another chance. So here comes Barrow in the midfield. He looks for the pass. And Condriton, he's in between minds and decides to put the ball into touch. A little hesitant there, Nick. Not sure what to do. Nerves playing.
Start the game as soon as possible, but it doesn't seem that anyone was reading his intentions on this near side. Mario Watson now comes to take the throw in. I think UE once again, as BDF did a few minutes earlier, benefit from the quick throw. Try to get your opponent out and try to get something. Cross comes in from Watson, cleared away. Looking for the first time shot, but didn't come. BDF now have the opportunity to clear their lines.
Sergeant.
Nice individual skill. Ball to the left, looking inside now. Flick on around the corner. Mustafa Hack is
Shaquille Bell
overpowered.
Tug of his shirt there.
That is his second foul.
And Hack will receive the yellow card. Second yellow card of this one.
I think that was coming after, as I said, the penalty, the giving away of the penalty, and then another similar foul, but this time, luckily, further away from his penalty area. and I think the yellow card is justly deserved. But for a guy who has so much defending to do and has done so much defending so far, I think a yellow card is walking on thin ice, and he will have to be careful how he trods for the remainder of this contest, his sergeant. And that's very high, wins the head at the back post, the left-footed shot, and it would have been 1-0, but the side foot shot goes sailing over the crossbar.
That's to Shane Lord. I think his eyes lit up there.
He saw his name up in lights. He went for the glory, but unfortunately it was not to be on this occasion. 35 minutes gone, 10 minutes and more in the remainder of this first half. The ball hooked around the corner looking for Watson. Can he get there? Does not beat his man, and it's a goal kick for the BDF.
Interestingly, you spoke about lights, Nick, and we have some brand new lights here at the headquarters.
International standard. I think possibly even exceeding the international standard. And I don't know if you can see in the bottom of your picture, Coach Messiah, he's not happy with what he has seen so far. And as I mentioned, they come into this game with 2 consecutive draws, 2 back-to-back draws, and not very inspiring performances either by UE. And I'm sure they're not producing anything that is inspiring the coach so far. Hence his frustration in his technical area. But BDF will not care much about his protests on the touchline. Rather, they will try to get the game going again. It's a good long throw by Hill. Mustafa Hack deals with it. And the header again, and Hack clears his lanes for another throw-in for the BDF sports program. I think possession has been about 55-45 for BDF in their favor. We have had the ball, but they've had the ball further up the field. It's a good challenge by Watson helping out Mustafa Hack, and good that he did, because Hack is under a lot of pressure. But both teams have had almost an equal share of the ball. I think BDF have dominated it a little more and created a little more, but UE, for their possession, have also threatened the goalkeeper a little bit, but not enough to obviously make Coach Messiah satisfied with how they are moving so far. So still a lot to go in this game, and still a lot to be desired from both teams as the fans wait patiently for the first goal at this spanking new stadium. And they can see well. They can see the shirt numbers and even see the faces of the players, so they will know definitely who provides the magic on this night, this special night, Easter night, under the lights. Free kick from UE.
No better place to be, Nick, to be right here with us on Trident 10 TV. Live coverage of Sunday night football here at the BFA's headquarters, Wildy AstroTurf. UE with a shot.
That is Mario Worrell.
Keeper Kishmar Primus down quick and able to collect the shot. Here comes the sports program in the middle of the park. Bailey can control, looks for a pass, and he finds Hill. Hill looking to slide in the player, dispossessed.
I think Santa Barbara just aided the BDF in getting back the ball. He's also a former BDF player, and he just aided his former team in getting back the ball. Slide rule pass to the right, anticipating the cross. The cross
comes in
quite
and
comfortable for Liam Brathwaite, who is looking now like a mountain in between the goal bars. The young man was probably seen by these BDF players as the weak link, but he's proving to be very, very vital to this clean sheet that the UE team currently have. But of course, they need to be productive in the other end of the pitch as well.
I must say I'm very impressed with the young Brathwaite, not showing any nerves at all, very composed.
Here BDF come again down the left. They're using the left a lot. Beats his man looking for the cross, but beats his man again looking for the shot. It's charged down, and it trickles just wide of Brathwaite's left upright. And it was a great chance carved out there by Shane Lord. Beating 2 men. We were anticipating the shot from ever since. And beating 2 men, and the shot finally was charged down. The UE team making sure They are not the first ones to concede this evening, and we anticipate the corner from the opposite side.
Corner comes in, controls. That's Bailey looking to cross the ball back into the danger zone, and last touch. The Blackbirds and the BDF Sports Program, they'll have another bite of the cherry. So just about 5 minutes left in the first half here. Still 0-0. Corner comes in, poor one, easily defended. And the Sports Program, they'll have the ball out on the right flank. All the way back to the keeper, Primus. Comes off his line, boots the ball up the field. Looking for Boyce, can't find Boyce. Lord.
Trying an intricate move there. I think Bailey needs to get back to where he was before in the centre-back region. That's the second cross I've seen him playing today as well, Bailey. So he seems to have a penchant for going forward. Here's Tito Beckel, speaking of penchant for going forward, brings the ball out of the defence. Romario Watson plays the pass to his captain, who evades Bailey's challenge. And two players running into each other really quite clumsily.
Sort of miscommunication there, Nick.
Watson plays that one out under a little bit of pressure, but BDF win the ball back again, and it's time for them to go forward. Here's the throw-in down the left. And another one conceded by Hack. BDF really utilizing this left side. Haven't really seen them attacking through the right a couple times, but see this left side as their easiest way to go. This is the route that they receive their penalty kick, so I think they would try to get more joy on this left side. But for now, we're still drawing 0-0, still drawing a blank, both teams, as Hill gets the play restarted with a throw-in on the left. Knocked back to him by Kyle Gibson, intercepted by Jamaria Worrell, and Yui now can play the ball out. And ball intercepted by Hill, very tigerish defending, and it is blocked again by Yui, who repelled the attacks very successfully, beats his man, to dig the ball to the left. The player was unmarked if he could have latched onto that one, but goalkeeper Liam Brathwaite is equal to the task and collects the ball now to distribute down the field.
Rashad Smith there running from right back, stepping into the midfield, showing a bit of skill, but can't find the leading pass that would unlock the door here. Oh, Sargent, what if he meant to did that?
He looked like he was falling, but it's definitely an April Fool's dribble for Corey Barrow. And here come BDF now on the right side, anticipating the cross, and it is blocked away. Still fighting for it in that near corner, right in front of the linesman. So if there are any infringements, they are right on it.
Barrow looking to turn, again. No way through. Ball comes in the box and brilliantly defended. Cross comes in. Clears, but not far. The cross comes back in. The header goes wide. Another chance gone. Still 0-0 here. About 3 minutes left in the first half of this one.
Snatched at the header on that occasion, and the ball went sailing over the crossbar. Not the first one we've seen sailing over that particular crossbar. Very comfortable game for the goalkeeper. BDF come again.
That's Kyle Gibson looking to get away from Barrow. Dispossess in the midst.
BDF on their favourite side, the left side. The throw-in is taken quickly. And
referee Martin
tussle there in the box, but
not buying that one.
No foul committed according to the referee. And we continue. Bailey with a long kick, chest down well for Sargent, hooks it around the corner for his teammate now, and that is a late challenge with the defender. He's walking away, knows he's committed the infringement, and the referee is following him with the yellow card. And I think that's his second caution for the evening. And just before halftime is signaled, BDF have another opportunity to test the goalkeeper, Andre Leslie, yellow carded. And usually in a game of football, as we witnessed today, the team scoring right before half-time, right on half-time, as we witnessed in the English Premier League, the team scoring right on half-time usually goes in with the advantage and the psychological advantage as well. And BDF will look to be that team as they look to deliver.
So Smith and King over it. Smith walks away. It looks like Codgerton he's going to take. Codgerton it is. Crosses it in. And his shot never troubling the keeper. Always high and wide.
Not very handsome, that one. But we restart again just before half-time. I think Codgerton may have been in two minds. I'm not sure, but that one went sailing over. I think he should have tested the goalkeeper a bit. Tried to drop that one on a sixpence for one of his teammates. But there Tito Beckles comes down to complete the goal kick.
I think we're going to have 2 additional minutes to this first half. And no way through.
He dawdled on it for a little bit, and BDF come again on the left-hand side, looking to cut inside and deliver the cross. The cross is not bad, but the defender is equal to it, is under it. And BDF again looking to build it. The left foot shot come in, deflected off the striker, the rebound, and cleared off the line by
Brilliant.
Tito Beckles.
Brilliant by Beckles there.
The experience coming to tell there. Tito Beckles, a player we've been very familiar with over the years.
Kyle Gibson and Shaquille Boyce, they can't believe it there.
Saving the blushes of his goalkeeper, who's done a magnificent job so far, and making sure the clean sheet remains intact.
Almost certain that it was 1-0 there. Getting ready to celebrate the player, but Beckles says, no way, Jose.
And
Corner comes in and
another header
equally dealt with.
from the BDF goes begging, and we can restart again, regroup with a goal kick. Under a bit of pressure there, but Tito Beckles, as I said, one of the leaders of the team on and off the pitch, doing his duty and helping out his team right on the line.
Definitely showing that experience, Nick.
He's cleared his line. Santa Barrow with the header on. Ronaldo Bailey under a bit of pressure.
Puts the ball into touch.
I think he could have played that one back to his goalkeeper, but Watson takes the quick throw. I think quick throws are the name of the game now. Ball hangs up long, but Hart and his marker both travel under it. And I'm sure goalkeeper Primus will take his time with this goal kick, which promises to be the final action of this first half. A goalless first half here at the Wildy Astro Turf. As
goalkeeper
Primus.
Kishmar Primus in your shot. Awaiting the goal kick. And there you have it. The halftime whistle by referee Martindale. The BDS Sports Program 0, UE Blackbirds 0.
So we've seen no goals here, but we've seen plenty of action in both goal areas. Most notably, a fine penalty save with his left boot from goalkeeper Liam Brathwaite, and that has been the deciding moment in this game. 0-0 still between these two arch rivals of Barbadian football.
Well, that was some live action there with Nicholas and Anwar. And coming up here at halftime, we're going to have an actual presentation. As you can see, some of the fans who have turned up here this evening are going to benefit from some of the benevolence of the Barbados Football Association. So there's going to be a draw and some giveaways on the midfield. While we're waiting for them to set up their draw, well, it's going to be done by General Secretary Edwin Wood. You had a fairly interesting game for a 0-0 halftime, Nicholas.
Fairly interesting. I believe that both teams were well scouted by each other. Both teams very well researched by each other as well, and as such, the familiar faces bred a bit of contempt, and both teams ended up 0-0. But I'm sure this second half will yield something, because none of these two teams want to leave here with 1 point.
Tito Beckles, fairly stout in the back, and against the judgment of his coach, he wanted to join the attack. He's full of energy. He's also been a national representative, not only, well, recently called up in the squad for the friendly international against Bermuda.
Yeah.
And he's also been to El Salvador, etc., on the beach soccer national squad.
Yes.
But his captain, Mario Hart, a former Barbados Defense Force sports program player as well.
Yeah, captain
and
as well.
national captain. So he would know basically the generic program of the Defense Force sports program. So it's a bit of a counter-espionage between the two, as we look and see 3, 4, 5 staff members. Nicole Puckrin in the yellow Stop the Violence campaign t-shirt. On the microphone in the middle, General Secretary Edwin Wood.
$100 up for grabs. I wonder what's the criteria for
Walk
to be
out
included.
into the middle and get it. Go and tell them thank you. They haven't said what the money is being given for.
So I just have to say,
Hi, I'm
excuse me,
Nicholas
please.
Maitland. I've come to collect one of the $100 bills. Thank you very much.
You think that should work?
Well,
Would you like me to split it with you when I go and do that, based on your advice?
I wouldn't charge a fee.
Okay.
Go and you get the $100.
Okay, no problem.
I prefer to see good football being played. And so far, one of our colleagues was asking me, so what do you think, Martin? Because they seem to think that I know something other than the 7 lottery numbers. What's the final score going to be? And as I explained to him, if somebody didn't get a goal in the first half to put the other team on edge, whoever scores first in the second half is going to open a floodgate.
I agree with that totally. And games between these two teams, I remember 4-3 games, 3-2 games yielding a lot of goals. So I definitely think the first person to score in this second half may go on to win, but they definitely will open the floodgates for the rest of the teams to really turn around, the rest of the other team to really turn around and put some goals in the back of the net. We hope that the goal nets, there's no more damage to the goal net, so we can see we don't have any stoppages, but
Stay healthy through the training program that we're putting in place.
Finish your point.
yeah, so we hope we don't have any stoppages as we did in the first game. But, you know, with growth, there's growing pains. And as a result, we still enjoy this new spanking facility as the BFA looks to give back to the audience, the contributors, the supporters of Barbadian football.
Yeah, and just a special presentation by one of the members of the referee corps. It's a bit of first aid equipment that's useful. Quite a few players, officials, the whole issue of having cardiac treatment and rapid response, despite the fact that you actually do have people trained in it. The more equipment that you have available, yes, the more people you have and the more equipment that you have, prolong the life of a player.
Do good things, spread love, and you're going to get assistance. So I want to thank Rotary.
It's taken in the words of Randy Harris, the Barbados Football Association president.
And it is very much appreciated by the BFA. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Harris. Okay, so it's money time. We go to the crowd. Now if you have ticket number.
So they're going to do the giveaways. In the meantime, in between time, the second of 3 matches on tonight.
5,
We had Waterford Compton and Ellerton FC, giving us a 3-1 result in favor of Ellerton FC. halftime is 0-0 here. Stalemated between the Barbados Defence Force Sports Program and the University of the West Indies KFU Campus Blackbirds. Someone in the stands with the lucky ticket, about to get a return on their investment. They're making their list, they're checking it twice. So the first of the giveaways. No giveaways in the opening and half of this second match tonight. And the slight advantage, disadvantage, I'm not so sure where the BDF sports program does their training, but clearly synthetic turf, similar to what they have at the Usain Bolt complex. The familiarity of the UB Blackbirds players.
Yeah, definitely.
Not that they have much of an edge, because they're playing ultra conservative on defense.
Yes.
I kept hearing, and I'm not seeing it, a strange call by the coach for 5 or so guys to be hanging back and staying back to mark 1 or 2. And I'm not seeing any rip-roaring pace from the BDF front line. I'm not seeing much guile or wizardry by the middle. And yet still, we're not quite parking the bus, but they're somehow sussing out this suspected, I don't know, sneak attack by the Barbados Defence Force, and it's not been coming.
Well, UB have played, they've started with 3 at the back for the majority of the season, but now with BDF targeting their right side and their left, well, BDF's left side and UB's right side, the fullback needs to stay more defensively, and he's being pegged back in that position as well. So that's why it appears that they're defending with 5. They have 2 center midfielders, and when you play with 2 center midfielders and you are on defense regularly, then those 2 guys automatically become 2 defenders as well. So you're almost defending with 7 guys and leaving Mario Hart and Jamario Worrell to fight against the BDF defense on your own.
I'm going to call 3 names for you.
Yes.
Horst Kreiter, Joachim Fige, and Alvin Cornel.
Are those the first guys to land on the moon?
They were up there almost to the moon. These are 3 top-level, world-rated coaches and coachers of coaches. And they will tell you, stop worrying about the fast guy on the flank. If he doesn't get the ball, no one will ever know how fast he is. So you sacrifice having people pressuring the ball or stopping the pass, and you put a man back that if the ball gets through, you're in the wrong direction because you're backing him, as opposed to stopping the attack from getting to the man in the first place. I can't quite understand what's going on there. It's a strange tactic, similar to how they left the goal, the corners unmarked and free headers were going in. So they do that at their peril. A lot of people see stuff on the television and they attempt to apply it on the field of play, not knowing why. Each match needs to be scouted by each opponent, by each coach, and you have to have a game plan that if it's not working, is it because you didn't train properly for it, or the right personnel are not out there executing it?
Exactly.
Or is it that your opponent has countered it? But honestly speaking, we're yet to see. This is similar to last week's game where, yes, there was a lot of end-to-end action, but the football purists didn't see much of the guile and build-up and the standard expectation. I'm almost certain that this is a bit of a bravado match where at some point in time the members of both squads met each other and had high words for each other versus actually studying controlled pass movement.
And as a result, we see UE peg back a lot, and we see UE not really playing to their full strength and looking a bit in their shell. As I said, they were coming in this game on the back of 2 draws, and against BDF, who are, you can say they're flying high. I think they're a bit insecure about their abilities so far, and possibly about the same tactics and formation that they're employing, and as a result they're sending a lot of guys back, not a lot of guys in the middle, in the up front, and in the middle not really conjuring up any magic, and as a result UE are a bit under the cosh.
Well, either the fans are hesitant to come forward for the spectator prizes, $100 cash, 5 of them to be given away at this point in time, but I'm not sure.
Maybe I should take your advice and go and claim it myself.
The players are coming out of their respective dressing rooms at this moment. So we're about to resume. So before we get back to the live commentary, we're going to take a break from the BFA's Sunday Night Football Premier League show after these messages.
When we are some Johnny Walker, drinking some fire water. When we are some Johnny Walker, drinking some fire water. With a bunch in 3-0, brandy or some Johnny Walker. Pick up our drinkers in at this place right now. I got all on a yellow wine while I'm drinking some fire water. Energy got me feeling so high. Sneakerheads, that is the place to be. If you like enough sneakers, then you better follow me. Sneakerheads, for you and me. Mall 54 in the middle of down Broad Street. Name and name brand shoes. Sneakerheads, them got it. Prices like the sizes for everybody pocket. Open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Company at around 8:30. Call 537-SHOE. That is 537-7463. Sneakerheads, that is the place to be. If you like enough sneakers, then you better follow me. Sneakerheads, for you and me. Mall 54 in the middle of down Broad Street. Sneakerheads.
And welcome back. Referee Martindale is already in the middle. The players from the UE Blackbirds in the yellow with the bit of black and the black socks, and the BDF Sports Program with their neon green with black shorts and white socks, trying to break the stalemate. They've got 45 scheduled minutes to do that. To take you through the ball by ball will be Nicholas Maitland and Anmar. I almost call him Amwar. Anmar Goodrich Boyce. And we await the start of the second half action. Nicholas?
Yes, thank you very much, Martin. And I'm sure this second half you will be treated to some goals. 0-0 at halftime. And Jamario Worrell looks to get this one started for the UE team. They've been under the cosh for the first half, but now they get things underway. And a very decisive and important half for both these teams. Anmar?
That's right. Welcome back to live coverage of the BFA Sunday Night Football. BDF Sports Program. Traditional green and the black bottoms. And the UE Blackbirds in the yellow and black outfit.
And that looks like a handball there, but the referee is now on the mark as she gives the free kick to the BDF.
We've seen a couple of chances in the first 45, Nick, but no team finding the back of the net. We'll be hopeful for some goals in this second 45.
Well, I'm hoping, but I don't know if the players have that same idea. Hoping that they do. And here can BDF, UE wins the ball in their half now, comes forward. Looking to play a simple pass in the midfield. Here's Santa Barrow. Looking to get the ball to the right flank, but dispossessed. And BDF have possession now. Plays to the feet of Kyle Gibson, who returns it to his wide player. Turns, approaching the final third. Anticipating the cross from the left. The cross comes across the ground, but is easy for goalkeeper Liam Brathwaite, who collects his first touch of this second half.
Brathwaite has been brilliant in the first half, having to save a penalty.
Oh, and that's a simple and easy carved open BDF. That's Kyle Gibson with a simple finish. The wide man beat his man on the right and put in a simple pass that he could not miss. One-time finish. The applause from the goalkeeper at the opposite end, and we see our first goal 2 minutes into the second half. BDF 1, UE 0.
Well, we just spoke about the UE custodian, Liam Braffett, but on this occasion, not able to stop Kyle Gibson from making the score 1-0. The cross comes in and Gibson unmarked in the box, and that's 1-0.
I think the goalkeeper was left exposed there. I think all the defenders were all over the place, and no one picked up Kyle Gibson, who was left unmarked and was able to tap in from about 4 yards out. An erring miss, an erring shot, I should say. It was more difficult to miss that one, and BDF go 1-0 up just after the restart, and that will be a very important goal for them, as now UE have to open up a bit and sacrifice some more bodies going forward in order to draw level. And I think BDF have the capability to keep it simple and keep the UE players at bay for the rest of this second half, but of course much more football to play.
So the goal complements Kyle Gibson. 2 minutes into the second half of this one, and UE on course for 3 wins from 3.
BDF on course for 3 wins, and the UE would stay on 2 points from 3 games, and for the 2016 champions, that would not be a welcome start to the Premier League. But it's not how you start, but rather how you conclude. And UE, nice pass in the midfield, attempt to the side route pass, and Bailey attempting some skill. A big man with some nimble feet, Sargent. BDF now looking to control the game of football, and Chapman with a foul and turns possession over to the BDF team, who restart with a quick free kick. Here Sargent switches it over to the left, where Hill will control and look to continue the passage of play for BDF. Nice control, a couple step overs, but Mustafa Hat reads that one well, and he comes away with the ball. UE now with possession into the midfield. Corey Barrow. Not seen any of the mercurial play from him that we're accustomed to seeing, the dribbling and one-on-ones. Played in a bit withdrawn role by Coach Messiah, and I think that Barrow's effectiveness is best when he is forward, but that doesn't matter now because BDF are attacking again. Beats his man, knocks it around him. I used to do that dribble when I was playing football because I could not really dribble players, but the ball ends up in the hands of Liam Brathwaite, and he rolls it out now for Corey Santabarrow, who presents a gift now to his teammate. Coming forward now on the right-hand side, beats Hill very easily. And UE tried to build again on the right-hand side. Cuts inside, looking for a pass. Corey Barrow is now coming out in support. His Mario Hart can't get past Codrington. The pass played around the corner, cannot control in the box. Ball too high, about waist height. He had to jump a little higher if he wanted to make any telling connection with that one. And the score remains after 50 minutes, BDF 1, UE 0.
That's correct. UE a goal down here, but won't be disheartened. The likes of Jamario Worrell, Mario Hart, and Santabarrow, Corey Santabarrow that is. Putting in a lot of chances in the first half. A bit isolated so far in the second half. Nick?
UE now looking on the attack again, and that ball is a little too much for the legs of Mario Hart, who's getting up in age. He's almost 30 years old now. I don't know if 30 is the turning point for footballers. It usually is, but he didn't have the legs to connect with that one on that occasion, and it remains 1-0, and the desperation is growing by the minute for the UE team, who, as I said, have 2 points on the board in this 2018 BFA Premier League season. These two teams were seen as the two front runners in the group, but it seems that BDF are the sole leaders, and UE have to scrap with the rest of them to get supremacy. And we see the substitution. Paul Alexander leaves the field of play and Tavio Norville joins. And for UE, Alvin Chapman, formerly of Belfield, is replaced by Damian Small, number 54.
So both teams making some substitutions. Yui, what do you think will be the manager's thoughts about the game so far? I mean, you're a goal down. What do you think he'd be looking to change, Mr. Fabian Messiah?
He definitely needs to change the mentality, the approach to the game. I think UB are playing a bit scared. They're playing a bit withdrawn, as I said. They're playing in their shell. They're not really attacking the game. I'm not seeing much tackles going in, trying to win the ball. I think BDF are making a greater case of winning the ball back. And we want to see that desire, that commitment from the UE team. I think that is the most worrying sign for Coach Messiah. As UE lose the ball again, they've turned it over, and the possession returns to UE as they try to get this game kick-started. Just over 40 minutes left for UE to make something happen and save their blushes. Tito Beckles, the experienced centre-back, launches that one forward in typical fashion, but Kishmar Primus is equal to it and distributes well to Darrico King, who is tackled by two UE players, Santabaro and Watson.
He had the ball.
And Messiah and Santa remonstrating with each other. It's very frustrating for the UE team, as both coach and player having words, but we know that's all with the passion of the football game, and as such now BDF showing the passion of getting down the left flank, and the throw-in is conceded, and BDF now will take their time.
Regroup.
It's actually UE with the throw-in, actually came off of the BDF player, and UE can clear their lines now. But more than clear their lines, they need to get the ball towards the goalkeeper Primus, who've had a quite comfortable game, and I'm sure Messiah will be thinking about how his team have not tested the goalkeeper so far.
That's correct. Primus having an easy day at the office so far, not having to make that many saves so far. The match, his defense doing him justice. Here the foul comes in, just on the line on the right hand side.
I like how the crowd is building this Sunday evening. Everybody coming out to witness the new look facility. As BDF win the ball back, plays the out ball to the left hand side, looking to cut inside, plays around the shoulder of the defender. Kyle Gibson now can hold the ball up, wait for men to join the attack. Nice pass to Akim Hill, who will definitely shoot, blocked by the UE defense. And Corey Barrow now can get the ball out. And here UE come again. Every attack, they're looking to go forward, being the team that is trailing in this one. I think that was an attempted pass, but there was no one ahead of him, and the player has stayed down. And with the ball out of touch, he gets back to his feet. It's not often that we see footballers come to their feet on their own accord, because it's the usual thing to stay down and get a break. But Tito Beckles again needs some treatment. This time now it looks like the ankle. He's been through the wars, saving one off the line, and I think something was wrong with his eye, his vision earlier, and now his ankle seems to be giving him a bit of a problem. Hopefully just needs some magic spray, and he can continue. UE will not need him, but they will definitely require him on the pitch, showing the bravery earlier to deny the shot on the line. Once again, a shot of the crowd.
Nice crowd building here at the Astro turf. The return. We've not been here for a couple of weeks, Nick. It's good to be back. Bringing it to you live here, Sunday Night Football, Trident 10 TV.
Revolutionary stuff we're doing here on Trident 10, bringing the Barbadian product to the homes and the smartphones and the laptops and TVs of Barbadians, and definitely the world, showing off our product, 100% Bajan product, and we hope that you support your local footballers. BDF now. Darrico King plays a telling ball forward, should be marshalled well, and I think the call is offside, so no harm done. And goalkeeper Liam Brathwaite still looking very confident after his first half penalty save. That was what was separating both teams until the finish by Kyle Gibson to put BDF in the lead, as they still are. 57 minutes gone, and BDF 1, UE 0.
Since they've scored the goal,
Here's Gibson. Gibson forward again, and a fantastic save by the young man. Gibson was looking for the far corner, looking to bag a brace, and a very sportsmanlike handshake between the BDF players and the UE goalkeeper after a superb stop to prevent his team from going even further behind.
there you see again the young Liam Braffett coming to the rescue of his UE team. Left exposed at the back, and Braffett, they say all the time, when the attacker has beaten the defenders, it's only the keeper and the sticks. And Braffett there coming out with another top save to keep UE still in this one.
High corner, evades everyone. I think Mario Hart, the captain, will allow that to go out for a throw, which he will take. Throws it down the left flank, cleared away. Back to him, so he has another bite of the cherry. Plays a short pass, and UE now can try to build from the back, but I'm sure, and it's a slack back pass, and the goalkeeper has to take evasive action and clear that one away, just over the head of the BFA president, Mr. Randy Harris, being interviewed. Luckily, it did not interrupt that interview. I'm sure it was a very important conversation going on, but BDF come again, 2-on-1, muscled off it now, as Corey Barrow misses the control, and here is Akeem Hill, switches that one over to the left. Good touch, makes the defender lose his footing. The shot comes in, blocked by two defenders. UE back to the wall job for them. Still a goal down. Just one goal will change this entire contest for either team. But UE will hope that they are the next scorers in this game. Ball hooked into the box, up for the header. That's not Beckles. Is it Beckles?
Chance for the bicycle there.
Doesn't matter now, as the acrobatic stuff, as you said, Anmar goes out for a goal kick, and goalkeeper Liam Brathwaite can reset for UE.
Interestingly enough, yesterday, when Manchester United played Swansea, we've seen Juan Mata tried his luck from a similar region. He was unsuccessful, and Sargent there suffering a similar fate. But here comes Gibson.
Gibson off the shoulder of the last defender, Hack, and he slid that one unerringly once again past the goalkeeper Liam Brathwaite, who has been let down, in my opinion, by his defense once again. And in true clinical striker fashion, number 25, Kyle Gibson, makes it 2-0 to BDF. And after an hour, I'm sure, swings the tide in his team's favor.
Once again, Kyle Gibson, very alert up top, and some sloppy defending there by the UE Blackbirds.
He's really been let down by his defense. He's helped them out to no end with the penalty save and the save from Gibson's second shot. But this one, Gibson racing on to the loose pass at the back, beating the last defender, Hack. Hack once again in the center of attention, and finishes with a plumb past the goalkeeper, who has been good, but on the scoreline it matters most.
So 2-0 now they score. BDF Sports Program 2, UE Blackbirds 0. 2-0, telling the story, Nick?
I think it does. I think in the first half, if we had seen those two chances go in for UE early on, and the third one for Hart, we would have seen a much different game. But BDF were stronger defensively, snuffing out most of the danger. UE were allowing a bit too many chances to be made and created and taken. And as a result, UE 2-0 down. I think on the scoreline, UE will be kicking themselves because two defensive mistakes. It could have been three. A third defensive mistake almost cost them a goal in this game. And once again, playing around with it at the back. And Coach Messiah, I don't want to see, he must be livid on the touchline with this performance from the 2016 champions. This is not a very vastly different squad from which won the title in 2016, but this season they are not showing the desire, as I said, and the commitment which made them champions. And as a result, the BDF having a quite comfortable evening, definitely the goalkeeper, and score 2-0 to the BDF Sports Program.
More than an hour gone here in the second encounter. UWE Blackbirds down by 2 goals, but you can't rule out the Blackbirds with the likes of Mario Hart, Jamario Worrell, Mario Watson, Shamari Mar, and of course Corey Santabaro in the midfield. You know, he can produce some magic and get the Blackbirds back into this one. So 2-0. I've often heard 2-0 the most dangerous lead in football.
Definitely, definitely.
You seem to relax at 2-0 if you've got the lead. Allow the opponents to sneak one, and then the opponents think that they could sneak 2. And then they can come back and eventually even win the game. So
What is funny is that I thought that at 1-0 the BDF team has started to cruise, and I thought they had started to cruise, and as a result I thought the game was going to go more in their favor, but they were presented with a gift of the second goal, and they did very well to convert. And as a result, we see 2-0 on the scoreline, and a shot coming in from the UWE player, not testing the goalkeeper, and goes a begging.
So Kishmar Primus with the goal kick.
Here's BDF now coming again, looking for the simple pass, looking for the wide pass, the releasing ball, looking for the cross now. It's a good one, and the striker claims he was pushed in the back, but nothing untoward by the referee as UWE come again in search of the goal that will bring them, that will have the deficit to BDF, but well marshaled again by the defense, by the soldiers. And I would expect soldiers to be good marshals of defense. And the defense force showing why they are called such, with a sterling display so far. But with the quality that you just mentioned on the pitch for UWE and obviously on the bench, I think they should get something from this one, but they must show that desire first of all to really get something.
Interestingly, you spoke about the bench, because just downstairs from us, I can see the UWE, some movement on the UWE bench. I think they're going to make a substitution. It looks like the young Raymar Walters, he's going to come in. Not sure the player coming out as yet, but the lad from Harson College, he's going to come in. He's a very intelligent player, I must say. I've seen him played a couple of times, even played against him when I used to play at the youth level.
Oh, you're a former footballer, and I didn't know that.
I tried my luck. There's the confirmation on your screen now. The Jamar Wowell, he's the player coming out, and Raymar Walters, he's in. Yes, Nicholas, I tried my luck at football.
Is UWE now trying their luck, and it was an easy header. He did everything right. He was unmarked. He ghosted in at the back post. He did everything right. Even headed it into the ground to make sure he would keep it on target. But it just bounced narrowly wide of goalkeeper Kishmar Primus's right-hand post. And that should have been the one to have the deficit and change the complexion of this game. But we see no change to the scoreline. And BDF live to fight another day and have another attack.
Well, Nicholas, when you're 2-0 down, those are the type of chances that you have to take. Definitely would have gave the Blackbirds something to jump about. The foul there. And it seems some pressure on the UWE team, Nick. 2 goals down. Just about 25 minutes left in this one, plus stoppage time.
I think that's a foul. The advantage is played. Romario Watson cuts inside the last man, and
I can hear the management of the UWE Blackbirds downstairs from us. Definitely not happy with the referee's decision to call back the play. Looks like
that call.
A yellow card there for the player, committing the foul on the former national captain, Mario Hart.
I'm not a referee's expert or anything, but I'm sure that referee Martindale may have been better advised to let that play go on and see if Romario Watson could have made something happen for his team, but instead she has brought it back and booked the player, Shane Codrington, as you see there. The resulting free kick is high and hopeful, and it goes out for a goal kick. Much less than what the UE team might have gained after that last play. And a player goes down under no challenge. So may have been tackled by the invisible man. But the player continues now.
Since they've conceded 2 goals, Nick, I must say the Blackbirds seen some signs of improvement in the way they're passing the ball, the way they're getting into the final third. Just the goal isn't seen to be coming. But the Blackbirds, they've really upped the tempo of their game, being 2 goals down, realizing, hey, we have to get back into this one.
I think being 2 goals down does give you that impetus to really go forward, because I mean, you're already 2 goals down. What more can happen to you? You may go 3 goals down. A good wide ball, not a good ball, evades everyone, and possession turned over to the BDF team, who look, by the looks of it, have a very comfortable lead. You'll be not offering much in terms of resistance, not much in terms of chances. The dependable Mustafa Haq again having to come to the rescue of his team. It's a bad kick by the goalkeeper, puts his player under some pressure. I think that's Andre Leslie. And finally gets to clear his lines. The touch off the chest is intercepted by Sargent, who plays it back to his defender. And bullied in the middle, and concedes a free kick for BDF, which Hill attempts to take quickly, but a bit too far off the mark for the referee's liking. Hill again switches over to the left side. Cuts inside, nice slide rule pass, looking for the run of Gibson. The goalkeeper dilly-dallied a little too long with that one and knocks that one straight out of play, right in front of Coach Messiah, who is having a torrid evening with his charges. And back to the training ground, definitely with fresh enthusiasm to learn and to get better after some humbling results. And this definitely will be the third of those humbling results. It's an expansive pass played by Captain Mario Hart. He does have that in his locker. And the battle between the forward and the BDF defense results in a corner kick for UE, which Corey Barrow will step over to take.
Carl Gibson, 2 goals, Nicholas. Some excellent finishing there from the young man, the BDF sports program. The first goal, and then the second goal, one put on a plate for him, and he said, yes, ma'am, I'll take it.
Santa Barrow with a corner, very dangerous. The ball is across the goal mouth and scrambled away by the BDF defense. And UE again coming very close. They came close with 2 chances early on in the first half, and now after 70 minutes with 2/3 of the game gone, done and dusted, UE again coming with some good chances, but none really telling enough to get a Midas touch and halve this deficit. After 70 minutes, BDF still lead 2-0. Here's Santa Barrow, and that is very disappointing.